What's good with it in the hood with it? Welcome back to the collective clips where you already know. Tas, 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 ta, 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 ra, ta, ra, ta, right? We get it in, man. But before we get it in, let's push this intro in. Let's see if it fits. Welcome back to the channel. And if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure that you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that the gun stays kicking. And I appreciate your support, man. I'm very humbled, Hey, I just want to let you know that this content right here that you're watching is sponsored by Barrio Liquors, man. Let's give them some props. For reals, man. Are you guys ready for episode 5 of Super Gunner? Whoopin', right? Of course, Ricky's involved in this one, man. And Pepe, right? So, I have family that lives in Newark, California. Man, shout out to West End, Newark. You already know what it is, right? I got family that lives in Newark, but they're not gang related. Well, I had 2 primos that were, but one of them, I'll fucking kill him if I see him, allegedly, right? And he's involved in this video, but this is how it goes, right? So, when you're balling on a budget, when you think you're balling, see, this is the way I grew up. When I got out of YA when I was 18 years old, man, I thought I was doing big things when a homeboy gave me $100 crack sack. Like, I thought, hey, fool, I got dope, fool, I got dope. Bro, all the homies are like, for reals? How much you got? Look, I spit out a rock. They were like, what? That ain't shit, right? I barely had enough to buy a pair of Cortezes, but I was balling on a budget. So what happened as I started to come up in the ranks of doing what I was doing, the D-boying game, right? And in between gangbanging and something, it's hard work. It's fucking hard work, right? You can't do both. I'm going to tell you guys right now. You can't be an active gang member and an active dope slanger. It just doesn't work, man. Of course, because when you're dope slanging, money sees no color line, right? When you're gangbanging, it's colors. I am a night. You know what I mean? It's all that. So I was trying to do both, and I was failing miserably, but I thought I was balling. I was balling on a budget, right? I was making $300-400 a week, and to me, that was like, I could have made more at McDonald's. But here I was, man, on the streets doing my thing, taking penitentiary chances, getting shot at by tweakers, getting robbed by fucking badass chicks, which I didn't mind because I got them on one in the meantime, in between time. But these types of things were happening, right? And so Ricky used to get a Social Security check. The wind started to blow on that Social Security check. And I started to realize, especially when my tia was locked up, that I could wiggle in because my grandma would give him half of his money. See, my grandma she didn't like to burn him. Come here, mijo. Get over. I fucking love you. I love you so much. I'm going to give you $600 today. You got to make this last all month. She used to tell him, right? And of course, like a stupid ass, he'd buy everybody in the fucking whole vicinity penny candies. $600 worth, right? Big old bags. He always wasted his money, or he'd buy weed. He didn't even really smoke weed like that. Like he just, as long as everyone else was happy around, he was cool. Well, his mom was locked up in Chowchilla prison at the time, right? And this was another thing where he would get 600, right? And I knew when he was getting the 600 because grandma had let me know. She's like, hey, I gave him fucking 600. I don't know what he's gonna do with it, but you need to come over and be the banker. Shit, this ain't Monopoly, but I'll be the banker. Fuck it. So I would come over and I would tell him, give me your 6. I give you 100 a day to last you. You know what I'm saying? Make it last. It worked out. But then I had a grand scheme, a master plan. And I tried this before with weed. I ended up having to knock Rick out, literally knock him out, right? But this time I was like, you know what? Let me get this money. I was living in Newark at the time. And I was selling weed, right? And I was like, man, I could take 500 of the 6. I'll give you 100. Make it last, right? We take 500. I flip some shit, and we'll just be doing our thing. We'll be balling on a budget. So Ricky's like, whoopin', let me come stay with you. I had an old lady at that time, right? But our relationship was like every relationship I've ever had. Pretty much, right? She wasn't fucking with me, and I wasn't fucking with her. We have like a week of the honeymoon phase. And then after that, it was like, get the hell away from me. At least that's what she told me, right? But anyways, it was her pad, and I was staying with her, and I had family there, right? I have one primo Tino, man, who I'm going to tell you guys about. You think fucking Ricky's a J-Cat? You think Pepe's a J-Cat? That vato is meth-headed out the game. We don't even call him a meth head. We call him a meathead. That vato was fucking straight raid out of the head. So anyways, he was someone I would fuck with right there because he He knew everybody that bought dope because he was everybody that bought dope, right? So I'd be like, damn, primo, I got like a pound, man. He'd be like, we'll get that off right now, 10 minutes. I know homeboys that'll get that so quick. He was good for that, right? He'd be like, just give me like $50. So everything was working out. So anyways, Ricky's begging me and I need that money. I came up short. You know what I'm saying? Me and the chick, we went out to Great America, had a good time. I was kind of short on the re-up. So I was like, let me get that 500, Rick. So he's like, let me come stay with you. So because me and the chick were on and off again, I was like, fuck her, whatever she says. Because usually she was like, I don't want your family around here. The ones that you bring around here, they'd be like stealing TVs and shit. Like, I don't want her around here because she had like all this jewelry. She had all that jewelry, right? Till Pepe came in. Like, Pepe came in. Hey, can I wear your hola? I was like, hey, bro, yeah, fuck, I'll take a diamond ring then. They say, like, well, hey, that's my old lady's ring. She wasn't your old lady last night when she was sucking my chorra. I'll be back. He says, you got to work it out with your old lady. I said, because she comes to me and I'll be her sponsor, right? I'm like, oh, shit. Motherfucker thinks he's Joe Pesci with Sharon Stone. You know what I'm saying? Oh. Anyways, I tell Ricky, fuck it, let's go, right? Anything for $500, right? So he comes, he moves in at the time. Now, at the time, my tia was locked up, so he was staying with my grandma, and my grandma doesn't like Sheila at all. So she couldn't even come to the house. I want to come and bring the kids. I don't fucking believe those are his kids. I don't fucking believe it. I talked to my daughter, and she said, one of these motherfuckers looks like Lionel Richie. Look, you and the rest of Earth, Wind, and Feo, get the fuck out of here. I don't believe in the fucking, why don't you look at your kids? Your kid looks like Melvin from the fucking Temptations. I'm cool. I'm tempted to kick your ass. Get out of my house, right? So my grandma, she was not allowed there, so she never came around. Ricky would have to go meet her, like at the store and shit, so he could see his kids. Grandma was cold-blooded, right? Or he'd have to walk, right? Grandma didn't allow him to drive. He had to walk to her mom's house. Luckily, her mom lived right there in Winton, so it was all good. That's where he was staying. So anyways, he's like, let me go. So I said, well, we got to ask grandma. So I told my grandma, she's like, I don't give a fuck. Take that piece of, take them. Just leave his fucking social security check coming here because I need my half off the top. I'm like, all right, grandma, I got you, right? Now, at the end of the day, man, there was about 5 or 6 spices that were staying at my tia's house. So they were taking care of the house over there. So we weren't having to pay rent or even trip, right? Believe me, they've had that house forever. So my tia's locked up. Ricky goes with me. We go to Newark. Of course, the chick that I wish she sees Ricky, she's like, your cousin's not staying here. I said, the fuck, the hell he isn't, right? I said, he just gave me 500. You wouldn't give me the 500. She's like, your fucking cousin stole all my jewelry. I said, yeah, but that's not me, though. That doesn't count if it's not me, right? She's like, fuck you. I'm leaving at my mom's. Make sure that you leave your food stamp card and pay the rent on your way out because we ain't got no money. We need this 500 for a week. So anyways, we're doing our thing, man. My cousin Tino comes around and him and Ricky do not get along. Okay, they're both super duper active norteños that activate on each other all the time. You know, Tino blow got out the game. Ugly as sin. Like, if you pop his shit, an 8-ball pops out. Right? That's how many blogas he has on his face. Even Ricky's like, whooping, I don't like that ugly motherfucker. Like, Ricky, you have half a chewed on ear and your nose is crooked. But I don't fucking look at it. I feel like if I get close to him, I'm going to get that shit. He got gossip all over him. Right? So him and Ricky always go at it. So I remember this particular day, I'm like, hey, we got to pick up Tino. I had the 500. And I copped. I was able to get a pound for the 5, right? For my connect. And I owed him a little bit more. And I was going to flip it for 2,300. So at the end of the day, I was going to make like a tawa. I was going to give Rick back his 5. I was going to make 5. Like, I'm good, right? We could just keep it pushing. I can tell Rick 5, that's a tawa. Let's get 2, 3 of them. Boom, 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 boom. And just keep it pushing. Ricky's like, whoop it, whoop it, whoop it. Right? He's all happy. And plus, there was these chicks. So Tino, one thing about Tino is ugly as sin, but he always had the baddest chicks with him. They were all from Newark, right? Bad. The truth about Roni. She's the sweet, right? He had some bad tenderonis with him. So Ricky was all fucking discombobulated and blue balled up, right? Don't say I got red balls, not blue balls, red balls, right? He had red bulls, not red balls. He was all tweaked out. So him and Tino, even though they hated each other, on the late night, they were best friends. Wherever the bubbler was involved, them fools be in the garage blowing clouds with these badass chicks. And I'd be in that motherfucker count feria. Like, damn, I'm $30 short, right? So one day fucking Tino comes. And he's like, hey, man, I'm going to take you guys to this spot, man. The homeboys, man, they buy a piece for like $3,300, man. You can flip it for more. I was like, for reals? I had one, right? Let's go. So we go over there. I settle out for like 26, right? The first guy was going to give me 23, right? I was going to steady get 23, but these guys are offering 26. Let's go. 3 more hundred in my pocket. So Ricky gets over there, and one of the dudes is an ex-Southsider. Like, he's OG. He don't play that shit no more. Like, he's probably still active, but doesn't activate. You understand? Sur gang. He's not Sur gang. I can tell by the writing on the wall. This guy fell off a long time ago. But he has the big wet, bald head, LA tattooed on the side of his head. Like, he was who he was. And Ricky sees him, and Ricky starts going to the maximum active Norteño overdrive. Whoopin', where's he from? Right? I say he's from LA, but he's cool, man. I talked to him a couple times. I don't fucking like this guy. I don't want this guy to touch my Social Security money. I said, bro, that is not your Social Security. It is technically, but once you gave it to me, it became my money that I got from my cousin on Social Security. Do you understand? It's like, it's different now. So anyways, Tito's like, hey, what's up, man? This is a cool dude right here, man. Don't fuck it off, man. This is like, he gives me meth, right? I'm like, look. So Ricky's all fucking J-catting out, right? I remember we do the deal with the dude, and Ricky's just mean mugging him the whole time. The dude's like, hey, your primo got a problem, eh? I'm like, nah, he ain't got a problem, bro. He just, look, my primo's all supered out, bro. Don't trip, right? He's like, because I don't fuck around, but I can. You know, I can fuck around if I need to fuck around. You understand what I'm saying? You know what the fucking around does, right? You like fucking? I said, yeah, I love fucking. Yeah, but there's 3 men in here, man, and I don't like fucking. I said, no, I don't like fucking either. Not at that point. He's like, but I'll fuck around, though. I said, yeah, well, I don't like fucking or around. Like, I'm cool, right? And now that you've explained it more further to me. So basically, he goes and he kind of punks Ricky. He tells me, you got a fucking issue with it? Ricky's like, what is that on your head? He said, it's a fucking LA. It means Los Angeles. You got a fucking issue? I don't fucking like LA. Well, neither do I when they lose to the Giants. They say, but look, we're going to do it like this. I'm just here to do business. You guys want to do good business? Why do they always, OGs, they don't say the S at the end. They just say business. I'm ready to do new business. You want to do some business? He's like, what? But I want to do, I like the way you say business without the S because we don't do soda around here. Whatever, right? So Tino's like, shut the fuck up. So him and Ricky start arguing, right? They go out in the front yard. They're fucking wrestling. And I'm trying to do business with this dude from Los. So we do our thing. He catches me out. It's all good. He's like, hey, bro, I got you every time. I got you. I got you, right? All right, cool. Bam. I wiggle up out of there. Get your fucking asses in the car. Fucking, I've never seen so many pop blogas on fucking Tino's face in my life. Ricky popped every blog on his face. Ricky's like, look at this on my hands. I said, it tastes funny, right? Like, what the fuck are you? So we get back to the house. And the chick's there, and she's packing stuff, right? And I catch her, and she was like, oh, shit, you. I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm moving in with my mom and my homegirl. I'm going to end up moving in with my homegirl. I'm staying at my mom's, but I'm moving with my homegirl. I said, well, how am I supposed to pay this rent? She goes, you're a drug dealer. Figure it out. I said, well, just shh. Don't say it loud. She's like, you got money. No, I don't. I lied to you to get you to sell my children. I don't got money like that, right? And she was like, until I get my rings and my jewelry back, like, I'm gone, right? And then my phone rings. It's like, you wish it to existence. Hey, talk about the devil, and the devil arrives at your doorstep, right? Brrr, phone rings. Whop in, right? Ricky's like, I like the way you say whop in. You say it like with force. Whop in, right? Shut the fuck up, right? So I'm like, what's up? Grandma better hurry and send the rest of that Social Security money soon. Who is it? ¿Quién es ese? Ah, fuck, right? It's Pepe. I need a paro, I need a place to stay to lay low. Changa, she got a new old man, and I kind of fucked him up, and I think the cops are looking for me. Let me borrow $100 so I can get on the Greyhound. I said, yeah, well, first of all, I don't got $100 to give you, and Greyhound to where? Okay, I was thinking of staying at grandma, but she told me, I called her, she said, stay in the Bay Area with you guys. I said, give me the $1. Plus, I like it better in the Bay. It doesn't smell like shit. As long as you guys keep your shirts on. Hey, where's Ricky? Tell me, I said, where's Sheila? I say, Rick. Pepe said, fuck him. I don't like that. I don't like that fucking Southsider right there. That's your cousin. It's not my cousin. I say, Ricky said, what's up? Yeah, I fucking heard about what's the check it out. I think I'm going to stop in Winton and give his girl a good time. I said, before I go, before you go where? I haven't said yes yet. Nor am I going to give this motherfucker the last 100 to my name. Right? I'm over here trying to hustle. I just barely came up. Can I at least buy some tank tops, motherfucker? Let me win, right? He's like, I'm balling on a budget. He's like, let me combine. Let me wiggle for a little bit. Plus, they got good hair when it's home. I'm like, oh, man. So I'm like, all right, man. You always got to look out for your family, even when you don't like them. You just look out for them, right? So I fucking Western Union the money. I do it Walmart to Walmart. Send it Walmart to Walmart. I think I can borrow it to the Wallet so I can get Wallet to Wallet before I get there. Here, motherfucker, right? Damn. Now I barely got enough for a taco truck and one tank top from Kmart. I'm struggling. I'm back to square zero, right? But I got another soldado coming, right? So I tell Tino, hey, guess who's coming, fool? He's like, what? I said, Peps. He said, oh, man, that fool can't be around my homeboys, bro. They'll be tripping. I said, let him beat him up. He's a fuck, right? So that fool pulls up. We have to go pick him up at the bus station. He pulls up to Fremont, right? So Fremont, anyone that knows Fremont's right next to Newark. So we go pick him up. That fool gets out the car. He's wearing LA Dodger. Ricky's like, open, you can't ride with us. I said, Ricky, this is my car, fool. That's our cousin. I don't give a fuck. Tell him put his fucking shirt off. Put his shirt off, right? I said, it's put your shirt on, not put your shirt off. No, that's what the Southsiders say. We're different. We say take it off, right? So I'm like, hey, Ricky's tripping. Full turn your jersey inside. He's like, first of all, no disrespect, you see, but fuck you. Your old lady bit my dick. How about that? Let me get it. I got shotgun. I said, Tino said, if you don't get your fucking punk ass in the back, right? Tino's big boy, ugly sin. Looks like Ogre from Revenge of the Nerds with hella pimples, right? So he gets in. So now we're riding. It's me, the normal one. We got Ploguero next to me. You know, puro ploga. We got fucking half ear in the bag. Whoop it, fuck them vatos. Are they active? Right? And then, of course, we got a super Southsider I ever met. Is it taking my brush? I look good, is it? That way, well, look right there, is it? Yep, heroin. I'm like, oh, shit. We're riding dirty than a motherfucker. People are looking at us like, wait, hey, fucking Pepe sticking his head out the window. Puro los, is it? Captain. Can I see it? Oh, fuck. What was that, a mosquito? Right? Get your head in the window, right? Ricky's like, whooping. I think I seen them vatos up there. They're from 18th Street. No, they're not. And you're not JD from fucking American Meat. Get your ass in the back. And then Tino's like, man, this is fucking, the homeboys are going to give me a DP if they know I'm riding around. This is your family, fool. You can't dictate who your family is. Yeah, this is a fucked up family. I said, bro, you are part of that fucked up family. You're a meth head. But, bro, at least I'm fucking, you know what I'm saying? At least I'm still here, like, intellectually. No, you're not. That's not what even that means. So, anyways, that dude from LA, right? I'm thinking, hey, I'm going to take him to Pepe. Him and Pepe are going to be cool because they're both OGs, right? So Tino don't go with us. He already hooked me up with the connect. So Tino's off with it. He had this white chick he was always with, right? Big old booty, but I bet she had more plug outs on her ass than he did on his face, which scared me, right? So I'm like, Ricky, stay at the house, man. Me and Pepe are going to go, no, Whoopin, I don't want to stay. What if the Southsiders come? See, this is Newark, California. Ain't no Southsiders in fucking Newark. Ain't no Italians in Islo. Ain't no one going to come over here, fool. Just kick back to the future and let your flux capacitor flux. We're going to go. So he's like, Whoopin, let me play. I won't even get off the car. I don't want no problem. All right, man, get in the back. Pepe's like, get in the back. You say, like, all you norteños do. You ride on our coattails. I said, what are you talking about, bro? I'm an active norteño. He said, because you're the, what do they call that? What do they call that? I say, you're against the grain. They say, you're the one to the rule. I say, I'm saying, you can't even talk. What do you mean? I'm the exception to the rule? Exactly what I mean. You're accepted in my rule. Let's go, I say. So we get there. He's like, who's this vato you're talking about? I'll tell you right now, if he's no good, I'm stabbing him. I say, you don't even got a knife. I got a toothbrush filed down. He says, I always keep something hooped in the hooper snooper. You know what I'm saying? So Ricky's like, let me get off. So I'm like, all right, fuck it. So we all go in. This dude's like, hey, who's this vato? I said, hey, this is my primo Pepe from Compton, Holmes. We said, Pepe's like, I like your khakis. You mind if you iron my khakis? Like, he's stupid. And that dude's like, hey, Holmes, I don't get along with vatos from your barrio, right? He finds out what barrio fucking Pepe's from. And Pepe's like, what is that fucking supposed to mean to me? I say, first of all, homie, you're balling. I say. He looks at me like, what? I said, no, all I told him is you're my connect. No, so you're not supposed to listen. Okay, fuck all that. I say, let me tell you what I don't tell you. I'm telling you, let me borrow your bola. Can I borrow your bola? That dude's like, what is ña bola? I mean, I said, can he borrow $10? He's like, bro, I don't even know the fuck about this. He's a sureño, fool. You guys both are. What, you guys want to look out for each other? Look, I'm going to tell my cousin right now, Ricky, let me borrow $10. I don't have it, but I'd give it to you because you're active. See? Anyways, right? Him and Ricky, Pepe and fucking this dude, they hit it off a little bit, right? And they're smoking a KJ Joe. You know what a KJ is? I never been around that shit. I'd heard about it, but I never seen one in real life, right? So Pepe is like, wah, 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 out of this world. And I'm looking at him like, damn, this feels all fucked up. Ricky's like, whooping, I want to hit it. And he's like, no, we don't smoke after Northerners, they say. Right? And I'm like, what the fuck? So I'm like, hey, why is this becoming a North and South thing, bro? Let's just be cool, right? And that dude says something like, all right, chapete. And Ricky hears him. See, Ricky got ears like a fucking dog. Like, he could hear everything. I hear shit, but tend not to listen, if you understand what I'm saying. Especially when it's something derogatory and I know I'm going to have to fight. I ain't one of those guys. If I could eliminate the fighting out of my life, I'd just be great, right? So I hear Pepe, but I don't hear, and I think he says Pepe, allegedly, right? And Pepe starts laughing. He fucking this, they puro fucking can't. Tell him, put the shirt on. He gets, now he gets wild. That's one thing about Pepe. When he has homeboys around him, he gets crazy even on his own family. Like, motherfucker, ain't I the reason why you're here? I'll leave your ass right here. You'll be living with this motherfucker from whatever barrio he's from, right? And Ricky's like, whoopin'? What'd you say, sir? Right? And that dude's like, nice, I didn't mean no disrespect. And Pepe, listen, he told you fucking chapetes is what he said. Right? I'm like, see, Pepe knows he can get away with it and not get socked too many times. Man, if Ricky didn't hit this older dude and knock him out his Cortez, boom. And I swear to God, fucking Pepe went to lunch and I snatched him up by his throat. That's your primo, motherfucker, right? He's like, but I'm a sureño. I don't give a fuck what you are, bro. That's your primo. Only in blood, not in flesh. Get the fuck down, right? Rob game for reals, right? Take it all. Fuck it, man. They don't know where I live. He knows Tino, right? But I'm about to fucking give Tino a whole big old sack of meth, and he's not gonna say nothing. I swear to God, we did, right? Rob game was for reals. Get the what? Motherfucker, right? I had him like that. I'm doing offense, defense on him, right? Ricky's like, whooping. Tell me when to stop. Stop now. I don't listen to fucking, right? Pepe's like, damn it, I feel conflicted right now. Oh, is this heroin? Right? So anyways, we ended up getting this dude, man. We were balling on a budget. We went back. We had hella pounds of dope, man. I told Tino he was with the program. He's like, fuck that dude. He's from down south anyways. I was like, hey, you guys scamming. Hey, everyone got their issue, man. We was balling on a budget. What about that chick seen that we were coming up and came back? And guess what happened? I bought her a nice little gold ring and shit. Because you know what I'm saying? I felt bad. Yeah, what? Pepe stole that motherfucker too. Look at the one. I got another one. Black Juice Gold. And that's how that went. If you guys like these episodes, man, make sure you guys tune in. Remember, this content right here, man, is sponsored by Vario Liquors. Make sure that if you're in the Valley, man, get some of the coldest beer in Turlock, in the Central Valley, the 209. Don't get it twisted, man. Go to Vario Liquors. Thumbs up or thumbs down. Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown. I'm going to continue to strive, struggle, and strive for what I truly believe in, and that's the betterment of all people. Stay tuned because Superwood ain't too far away. Believe me, I got you.